What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another video. So earlier this week I addressed a story that the IRS is sending out over $1,200 in stimulus payments. I got a lot of people questioning whether or not that was real, and I want to be 100% honest with you. That is 100% real. The IRS has actually made a statement, and we will get to their statement in just a minute, but you've probably seen stories like this where IRS sent out 12 million refunds averaging over $1,200 each following corrections to 2020 taxes. Or IRS says it sent out 12 million refunds averaging $1,232 a pop. Or even stories like IRS has corrected 14 million tax returns. Who received the average $1,232 refund? And even fourth stimulus check update 2023 direct payments worth $1,232 to go out to millions. See if you're eligible for cash. We have seen a lot of these. Okay, we have seen a lot of these stories, but there's one website you can go to. This one right here, the IRS.gov. You can go and see in their news releases. Okay, it says IRS completes automatic correction of tax year 2020 accounts related to unemployment compensation exclusion, 12 million refunds issued. Now, who is getting these refunds? In the previous video that I did earlier this week, I talked about how if you overpaid for your unemployment taxes, then you would get a refund. That is the majority of people who are getting a refund. However, there's actually a list of what you could have done or what inclusions were added to this as far as corrections. All right, so we're going to go over that list right now. Here you go. Here's the list. So it says many of the adjustments included corrections to the earned income tax credit, the recovery rebate credit, the additional child tax credit. This was the big one. The American Opportunity Tax Credit, the premium tax credit, and the advance premium tax credit. So all of those, okay, there's a lot of different adjustments here. This resulted in more than 12 million refunds totaling $14.8 billion, where the average refund is $1,232. Now, you're probably going to see reports that the new stimulus payment has come out. Here's the thing. This is actually true. These are stimulus payments. Okay, this is a stimulus check. Not the normal stimulus check that you are used to, but keep in mind, why is this money coming out? Well, first off, when President Biden passed the bill, passed the American Rescue Plan of 2021, in that bill, there was a provision that made it where taxable income of up to $10,200 from unemployment benefits, okay, that became non-taxed. We would not tax that. But when this passed, I believe in March of 2021, this was after millions of people already submitted their federal tax returns. So it was too late at that point. Then they could go back and amend their tax return. Many people didn't, and so then they just had to wait. So that was kind of what happened. So this was back from last year, almost a year later, and now the IRS is sending out these $1,232 average payments. Now, you're probably wondering, well, when am I going to receive this payment? Well, the IRS, and I want to read you a little bit more of what it says on their website. Okay, so let's go and read some of this. It says, if a taxpayer is eligible for the unemployment compensation exclusion and their account was not corrected by the IRS, they may need to file an amended 2020 tax return to claim the exclusion and any applicable non-refundable or refundable credits impacted by the exclusion. Taxpayers should not file an amended return if they previously filed one claiming the exclusion. For more information about this, including eligibility requirements, taxpayers should read 2020 Unemployment Compensation Exclusion FAQs on IRS.gov. Now, if they do need to amend tax year 2020 forms 1040 or 1040 SR, taxpayers can file Form 1040X amended U.S. individual income tax return electronically with tax filing software, right? And you can see taxpayers can view their 2020 tax records on their account. Now, here's what I can tell you. When are you going to get this money? Okay, when is this coming? Well, this was actually issued on January 6th. You can see it right here. This was issued on January 6, 2023. So about a week ago. Okay. Now, being that this was issued a week ago, the IRS has stated that it normally takes them about 21 days to issue a payment. Okay. Your refund comes in about 21 days after. So if it comes in 21 days after, well, look at this. So this was released on Friday, January 6th. We've been in there for 1 week. So 21 days, 3 weeks. So we got 1, 2, 3. So you should expect your payment, to be somewhere right around here, okay, on the 27th, all right? That's when you should expect your payment, or sometime a little bit before. Now, here's one thing I just want to address. A lot of people are wondering, well, was everybody accepted and eligible for this, these exclusions? And the answer is no, all right? So the IRS states, and it talks about right here, where the American Rescue Plan of 2021, which became law in March 2021, excluded up to $10,200 in 2020 unemployment compensation from taxable income calculations. Now, it says the exclusion applied to individuals and married couples whose modified adjusted gross income was less than $150,000. Okay, so that's the cap, was $150,000. Now, the reason why I bring that up is because there were there's many, high earners that did go on unemployment. They made over $150,000, even as their adjusted gross income, their AGI. So they didn't qualify for this. And if you didn't qualify for this, that meant you did have to pay taxes on up to $10,200 of income. All right? But if you did qualify, you didn't have to pay it. So, good news there. Now, I do want to point out a couple other things regarding the IRS. First off, they have issued, and I talked about this just the other day, they have issued their calendar for when they are going to start accepting tax returns. That's actually coming on Monday, January 23rd. So if you're going to file your federal tax returns, hopefully you're going to get a refund. If that's the case, well, you can start filing on January 23rd. However, I believe starting on January 16th or 17th, you can start inputting your information, and you can file electronically. However, through the different applications. However, they will not be sent off to the IRS until the 23rd. Okay, so you can almost do it ahead of time. It will be sent off on the 23rd, and if accepted on the 23rd, you can expect a payment within about 2 to 3 weeks. Okay, sometimes it's a little bit quicker, but you can expect it within 2 weeks. Okay, so if it happens on the 23rd, you got the 30th, and then you got by February 6th, you'd be receiving your payment if you file electronically and you get a direct deposit. Okay, so keep that in mind. Now, I know a lot of people are going to say, oh, there's $1,200 stimulus checks going to every single person in the United States. Again, that's 100% false. The IRS has already stated that really they're only going to send out about 12 million refunds, averaging $1,232. And this is going to be about $14.8 billion that is going out. So that is good news. The IRS is catching up with some of their work. They still have 2.5 million unprocessed paper tax returns. So that is why the IRS is saying if you need to file a paper tax return, do it, but they'd highly recommend you e-file if at all possible, and also get a direct deposit. So that's what we know at this time. As always, as I know more, I promise I'll come back on and share all the latest news and updates. Again, thank you guys for watching. Consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys on the next one.